Welcome back. We're looking this time at Etude number 2, the first part of this for your first all-state assignment. For this assignment on Etude 2, you're only going to play measures 1 through 4, just the first line. Notice your key signature first. Just like the last Etude, it's only 1 sharp, F sharp, which also means your B's are natural and the F sharps and B's are second valve. Look at your time signature now. It's in 6/8. Now, this may be the first time you've seen this. There are 2 ways to count 6/8. In this piece, you're going to give the beat to the 8th note. That's right. Each 8th note will receive 1 beat, like a quarter note would in 4/4 time. And now you will treat the 16th notes like normal 8th notes that we play in 4/4 time. So what you see on the page is an 8th note. Those first 3 notes are 8th notes. So they're going to receive 1 beat. The 16th notes, you're going to group them like 8th notes. Now, also, before we get into counting the rhythm further, our first step is to practice the notes only. You're going to play each note one at a time in these measures. Be careful to play the B natural in measure 1. Also look at measure 2. There are 2 C sharps in that measure. Pause the video now and mark them. Remember, those fingerings for C sharp is 1, 2, and 3, plus kicking out your 3rd valve slide. As we go through the music, remember that your B's and F's are second valve. Lastly, look at measure 4 at the end of the first line. You see an A sharp. That note is the same as B flat and should be played with the 1st valve. All right, let's play these notes as half notes. Get your instrument ready and I'll play along. And we're to make sure you're playing the correct notes. It's to make that we play half notes. Each note is a half note. Make sure you're playing the right notes with a good sound. I'm setting the metronome at 80. Remember, each note you see, you're going to give 2 counts each. Here we go. Measure 1 through 4. 1, 2, set. All right, now let's look at the rhythm. Even though the rhythm looks complicated because of it being in 6/8, it will basically feel like 8th notes, quarter notes and 8th notes, how we count it and how we play it. I will count the first measure to give you an example, then we'll count it together, measure 1 through 4, and also play it on concert F. We're going to set the metronome at 60. So, for example, here's how you would count the first measure. The time signature says we are in 6/8. There will be 6 beats in the measure. Here's just an example. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and. Okay? So you're going to use up all 6 counts when you're counting through this piece. Now, let's count it together. You can just listen to me count it first, and then or count along, and then we'll go back and play it on concert F. All right, ready? 1, 2, set, count. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and stop. Now let's go back and play just that rhythm on concert F. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, ready, set, play. All right, now let's keep the metronome at 60 and let's put the rhythm and the notes together. I'm going to play through it. Feel free to finger along or play through it with me. You can rewind the video at any point to go back to a part you may have messed up on, you may have missed. Okay, we're going to play it through twice. Here's the first time, playing notes and rhythms together. We're going to actually go a little slower at first and then we'll bump it up. So let's bump our metronome down to 50, then we'll do it again at 60. All right, first time through playing it. 1, 2, set, and play. All right, now let's increase the speed to 60 and try that again. Here we go, last time. 1, 2, set, and play. At any point, feel free to go back, rewind the video, and catch up on a spot you may have missed. Now, once you've played the etude successfully at this tempo, you'll need to increase the speed from 60 to 70 to 80, 90, 100, and so on. You should try to play this excerpt for this test at least at a tempo setting of 80 to 90. The final speed for the February audition will be at around 140 on the metronome. If you don't have a metronome, you can download one for free for your smartphone or Google metronome, and you can use an online version in your web browser. Finally, you'll need to record and play the measures we worked on for the second part of your assignment. You will need to submit a recording of the required measures for Etude 1 and Etude 2 to receive full credit for this first all-state assignment. Best of luck to you.